So this was like this was like this. I desoldered that. So plus and minus, and then the 4.2. And then I took apart the case, but didn't go perfectly well. But it's the first time I ever did one of these batteries. All re-sleeved. Put the red ring insulator, and then I go over the top of it. So they're all ready to be spot welded. Okay, I'm getting ready to spot weld these. Negative, negative, positive, positive. I'll leave little tabs out. I got my nickel strip, and I got my badass massive I think it's like 5 farad. They're humongous capacitors for my spot welder. I do have a different spot welder. I don't really use this just because this one works so well. It's a little primitive, but it's awesome. I don't have a real video set up yet, but here's the BMS, and I just spot welded these. Let's see if I can get a good picture. It works really good. And then I'll put a little glue in there. And then this will fit through here. And then I'll resolder it. And when I'm spot welding, I use this magnet. I mean, I think I took these out of years ago out of fuel pumps or something, but I just figured I'd have a use for them one day. And they keep the nickel strip in place. It's hard to do with one hand, but just put it on there, and then you spot weld that, and then you're set. Then I take the BMS and I put this, I think they call it barley paper. There's different names for it, but it's going to, so when I solder them on, there's just in case there's something weird that goes on later on in life. For this battery, it doesn't short out on the BMS. I then use a little bit of thermal adhesive to hold them together. Okay, the battery is almost fully assembled. My solder points are done, and all I have to do is put it back in the case and solder the wires on, and then I'll glue this back on. So I got the battery. This is actually, I mean, it's kind of ugly in the video, but I mean, for what it is, it's awesome. And you can't buy these batteries. I mean, there's I think somebody's selling 2 bad ones on eBay for $100. So you're only basically buying the shell, but you could 3D print this shell, and then pretty much just this and this. What was it? This is power, so this is 8.4. This is ground, so these don't do anything. But and it fits. It does fit in nicely. So, and the locks lock in place. And then I got me an Omnibook with a good battery, and it's a PST2 on top of it. One last thing, though, it's awesome too, is battery indicator is active on this. So, I mean, that didn't even work on you didn't even have that on a PST2. You were just threading the needle on that if you were running it on battery. But I can rebuild those batteries too, which I did one today. But yeah, so this is an HP Omnibook 800 CT. They're pretty valuable, but it's even more valuable as a Porsche PST2.